Trying to find my note. Here we go. My notes on your dude. So you're thinking a tiefling bard.
Yeah. Well, first I was going to ask what the deal is on tieflings in Elandria. How do they usually come about? Maybe.
Yeah. So the way I do it is, if you're a tiefling, you basically, one of your parents was a demon or a devil. So
Okay.
you're half fiend, basically.
Okay.
So I don't know, like, mechanically what you were thinking, but I think in the Sword Coast guide, there's some different variants depending on, are you a demon tiefling or a devil tiefling? So I don't know if you're wanting to use any of that or what you were thinking.
I was just thinking about if well, I wanted to make sure that the choice of a tiefling, which is rare, was, a viable choice to fit within the group.
Yeah. My only thought or concern might be, and unfortunately I can't say a whole lot, but would be your tie to a god. So it would depend. So you were thinking Baros, right? Which is
the god of music.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I think it can totally work. It's just how, kind of the details of how you came to be, what your history is, and how you came to be kind of connected to this god somehow.
Sure.
So the tiefling might make that a little bit more complicated. I don't know, but what are your thoughts? Like, what are you thinking?
So I was tossing around just the idea of maybe one of the parents is some sort of magic user that made a pact, or just someone, or that was one of them, and based on my background of choice, I went with entertainer, but the other one I thought about courtier, meaning like one of the parents is a noble that made a pact with a devil or what have you to kind of like continue their influence, or to gain influence, power in society, and through that came Lerissa, which is the character that I should like to play. And thinking about the item, I was thinking of the Hat of Disguise, sort of like a gift to hide my tiefling looks from most of society, which I thought of kind of like in a roleplay sense. Whenever I use, so it just kind of stays. You can get to use the disguise, but it kind of like doesn't have a limit until you take the hat off.
Okay.
So it would be but I thought of whenever I used any of my innate tiefling spells, such as like the Thaumaturgy or especially the Hellish Rebuke, whenever something like that happened, like there's no hiding of it. It's kind of like that's the spell wears off and boom, tiefling is, and it's like it kind of like that's a little bit of a role play situation where like, oh, you're actually a demon. Wait a minute, like that was just like my thought of it in regards to like the magic item and how I would be able to implement that into my courtier background, where like I could play at a court, being the daughter of a noble gives me access to being able to play at court, if there is such a thing in So and so that was like kind of like my thought, kind of fleshing, and just kind of obviously needs to be fleshed out more, but that was just my basic breakdown of the character.
Cool. So yeah, as far as the tiefling thing, as long as you're not wanting to go like, I'm half demon and my ultimate goal is to go to the abyss and slay my demon father and take over his level of the abyss, or as long as you're not wanting to go like down the evil road with it, like it'll be fine.
Not at all. Not at all. I feel like with this character, she has felt so the parent kind of like tried to, or hid her through most of her life from the public.
Okay.
Kind of like you don't want, because it's like it's a demon, like a demon child that you are raising, and no one wants that. No one wants to see that you are involved with that type of
Yeah.
So it's like, where did you get this demon from? Or you have a demon child. Let's so that type of thing. So she's kind of like more I don't know. She is good in the sense that she's kind of been sheltered. Mm-hmm. But she's never known. She hasn't known too much of her other side, right? Like her demon side hasn't visited and all that stuff. It's not talked about. She just looks different from her parents, but that's
yeah. Okay, cool.
Maybe she's adopted or what have you, but in her mind, or if she knows where she came from or what the other parent is, that's something else. But I don't think she doesn't have evil intents or want to follow that line, because at this age she has heard of what demons are and what their view of society is, which she then tries to understand why the parent tried to hide her from society, right?
Yeah.
And using this head of disguise, kind of like just hit her horn, like the physical. She still looks the same, except for she no horns or tails, right? That's the main thing that she kind of hides from view whenever she uses disguise.
Cool. So you're thinking your father was a demon of some kind?
Yeah.
Or a devil?
Yeah. Devil.
Devil? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And are you like your mother, was this like a consensual thing? Like, did she have a relationship with this guy, or was it kind of like a how did your mother come to be involved with a demon? So you're saying maybe she was a magic user, right?
Right. So I was thinking maybe she made a pact with a devil of some sort, for magical abilities or social influence.
Okay.
Something along the lines of just gaining something that this devil can provide to her that no other mundane means, so she uses magic.
Okay. So maybe part of or
using the going the easy route rather than kind of like working her way up to whatever power or gaining that power that she wanted.
Cool. So maybe part of the devil's price was you gotta get with me.
Yeah. That, or yeah.
Yeah. And then I could see, like, devils are known for, like, there's always fine print in the deal that you don't know about. So
Mm-hmm.
You know, what the devil's motivation was, who knows? But then your mom
Right.
ends up getting pregnant, which she did not plan on being part of the deal, but
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. So it wasn't a planned thing, but here we are.
Cool. And then okay. So do you think you've ever met your father before or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think she has met her father yet.
Cool. So maybe this was kind of a thing where your mom kind of made this deal with him. They had this one encounter, and then that was kind of it, maybe.
Yeah, at least she thinks that's it, right? Because again,
Okay.
fine print, the devil will be back at some point. They live for a long time. They you know, they are willing to wait.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. So as far as your magic item, what I'm thinking about this is I want it to be something really iconic to your character, and I want it to be something that you're going to use your entire career. And the idea is that you will have opportunities throughout the campaign to kind of increase its power in some way.
Sure.
So my concern with the Hat of Disguise is I'm not sure where we would go from there. So one thing I was thinking about is maybe you would have some kind of a musical instrument,
like akin to like a bar, instrument of the bard.
Yeah. So maybe what we could do is we could say that your, if you wanted to go that route, that your instrument basically can do the same thing. It can disguise you like the Hat of Disguise.
Okay, so okay, yeah. One of the spells that you can cast through it might be replaced with Disguise Self.
Yeah. How's that sound?
Yeah, I like that.
Does that work for you?
I definitely like that idea.
So you basically you wanted a way to disguise yourself. You weren't like in love with having a magical hat. Is that right?
Yeah, no. It wasn't. It was
okay.
No, because then I was like,
because if you really want a magic hat, you can have a magic hat. Is what I'm saying.
No, it was just more on the sense. I was even going to suggest like comb things that women use to like pin their hairs instead of a hat.
Sure.
That's more overused if we went that route. Because you know, just a random hat worn every day, you know, like the outfit changes except for the one hat.
Right.
So I wasn't, you know, like attached to the hat. It was just kind of like a way of trying to disguise my infernal heritage.
Cool. So yeah, and you're going kind of the music route with this character, right? Like you're going to be a musician. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I was thinking either just going lore bard, or my main was College of Glamour.
Yeah. Cool.
With that, and kind of like, you know, I know our College of Glamour does mention some about it being based off the Feywild, so maybe my mother is an elf.
Okay.
And so kind of like that influenced, you know, that she influenced or gave me that kind of raised me in the elven culture, and that's how I kind of like picked up the elven type of a style of music, and thus the College of Glamour.
Now, your mother, as a tiefling, your mother would have been human, although I guess she could maybe have been human. A half elf. We can make that work because part of the idea is like in Primordia, humans for whatever reason are able to interbreed with other species in a way that others can't or won't. So and this isn't the way it is in the books, but like in Primordia, like all the tieflings are half human, all the genasi are half human and stuff like that. But but yeah, that's a really cool thing about glamour is that basically you learned your bardic magic in the Feywild. But there is the Elandria is kind of a fusion of human and elven culture. So yeah, what I was saying is the city is kind of a fusion of elven and human culture. So even if your mother was human and wasn't an elf, like there, as if your mother was a noble, and if you're like in the court or your mother is, then you would have had lots of contact with elves. Because yeah, the thing with glamour is you learned your bard magic like in the Feywild, like you were actually in the fairyland, like, which is really cool.
yeah. So I was kind of like trying to kind of like tie that in, into
or
how maybe. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, or possibly you could say your mom was a half elf. That might work.
That too, or or maybe I had a childhood friend that was an elf, and maybe that's how I gained that influence.
Cool. So are you, well, I guess you don't have to decide until what, third level,
third level. Yeah.
Okay. So so you're still not sure if you're going to go lore or glamour, or have you decided?
I'm leaning more towards glamour. So.
Okay, cool.
It was just kind of like, wanted to play around with what you saw about it, and if it was a possibility for me to.
Oh, definitely.
Or how that could come to be with my background. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. We can totally do glamour. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That's a good one. I was just reading over that the other night, and I dig the Feywild thing because one of the ideas with Primordia is Feywild is a little bit closer than it normally is. So there's a lot more places where it kind of crosses over. So
cool.
That'll be a cool tie-in that you've been there and probably lived there for a while.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That'll be fun. Awesome. So what's your I mean, as a bard you can play numerous instruments, and I think you get like 3 that you're proficient in or something like that. And the way I do it is voice, like singing and oration are part of performance. So I used to do it like voice was an instrument, but I don't, like voice is part of performance. So your 3 instruments are 3 literal instruments above and beyond speaking and singing. And there's all the usual instruments as well as violin / fiddle and acoustic guitar, because why not?
Right.
So what do you think is like your what do you want your magical instrument to be? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
A lyre.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. And that's like the lyre. It's like the little harp kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Like the ancient Greek.
A small, yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll come up with that. So you're going to have a magic lyre, and among the things it does is it will be able to disguise you. And I'm just going to have it work exactly the way the Hat of Disguise does.
Awesome.
Since you like that. So you're not limited, like you can only use it once a day or whatever.
Right.
So it's more useful. So you can look human when you need to.
Yeah, exactly. Or, or just like elven-ish, because they have long ears, but horns and and tails.
Yeah. So just so you know,
kind of the token. No, go ahead. Sorry.
Elandria is a pretty cosmopolitan place, so for the most part, people don't care if you're an elf or a dwarf or whatever. It doesn't. People are used to seeing people from all over the world there. However, the 2 kind of exceptions are half orcs and tieflings.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's more like if you were walking down the street in your tiefling form, you might get some looks, some people might cross to the other side of the street kind of thing, but it's not like they're going to come after you with pitchforks and run you out of town or anything like that. But there might be, at least people who don't know you might be a little frightened or wary of you. But as far as the law, like, unless you do something wrong, like it's not like, oh, if you're a tiefling, people can just kill you on, like you're protected legally. Right. So, being able to disguise as a human would definitely kind of make things easier, but it's not something that you would have to necessarily do all the time if you didn't want to, especially in parts of the city where people knew you, Yeah. So yeah, it's much more classist than racist.
Yeah.
They will look down on you if you're a peasant, but not so much if you're not human.
Yeah. Since she was kind of like a bit sheltered, I feel that it'll be kind of like a character development for her to like no longer rely on, disguising herself in front of people and kind of like being okay in her true form.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe she cares a little bit too much what people think right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Which makes sense with the kind of the character concept, like glamour. You're all about charming people and winning people over.
Right.
So
and it's a little hard if you're like, if you look like a demon and
right.
Are just like, don't care how great you sing or play that lyre, but back off.
Awesome. I love it. Cool. So it seems like you got a good handle on things.
Cool.
So what?
So
what
the group where.
Sorry, go ahead. I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. So the group we're joining. You said the guild.
Yeah.
So how would that? Would we play that out like in the game or?
Yeah. So here's the basic setup. You know a woman named Druinda, and she is a human woman. You're not sure how old she is because her face and any of her skin that you can see is covered in horrible burns. In fact, her eyes, where her eyes should be, is just all this scar tissue. She used to be an adventurer. She had a run-in with a red dragon. It breathed fire on her. And she survived, but she was horribly scarred and blinded. And that was the end of her adventuring career. So now she kind of has like a desk job for the guild. And the guild is just like an adventurer's guild. They're just all about adventuring and exploring and stuff like that. And so she's become something of like kind of like a seer or an oracle. She's physically blind, but she has visions and dreams that are prophetic sometimes. And there's been a rumor that there's this village out in the wilderness to the east somewhere. And she, for whatever reason, thinks, most people think that it's just poppycock. There's no way there could be a village out there, and people don't believe it. But she, for whatever reason, thinks there might be something to it. But the guild is not willing to devote resources to investigate it. So she has kind of Ocean's 11 style, kind of pulled together people that she knows who have various talents, but aren't themselves adventurers, at least not yet, to create a new group to go investigate this. So she's the one kind of bringing all you guys together. But for the most part, you guys are all strangers who've been pulled together to work together and kind of do this mission for this woman. So
Cool.
That's kind of how we'll start out, and we'll probably start out with a scene where she kind of brings all of you together for the first time, so you all can meet each other, and then we'll go from there. So yeah,
that sounds good.
Yeah. So as far as how you know her, if you were someone that was in court a lot, that could have easily been how you met her, because I imagine that the queen would have her as an advisor for her visions and things like that. So
right.
One of the other players, Steve, which I think you've played with Steve before.
Yes.
He is also playing a bard, but his character is very different from yours. He's going College of Swords. Okay. So they're more like doing sword tricks and flipping knives and stuff like that. And he was involved in the court as well. And he was kind of sort of like an undercover kind of spy / bodyguard, because as a bard, he was kind of, people just kind of like overlooked him. He's like, oh, he's just a performer, but he was really also kind of a bodyguard / spy. So his character is someone you likely could have met before, but the rest of them you probably haven't.
At court or even. I thought there was one that was a noble, had the noble background. Maybe we saw each other, or maybe I saw them. It's kind of like at the court or.
Yeah.
But
the paladin Lerissa is a noble.
Yeah, Lerissa is kind of like, and in that same vein of the bard can be, overlooked. It's kind of like why she also enjoys the music. It's kind of like she can kind of be in the background and just kind of play and just still be social and kind of get that little social sense, but not be the main center of attention all the time.
Yeah,
as she just kind of like plays mostly these enchanting tunes that kind of like soothe rather than amaze. Kind of like her show isn't like a very I don't know, fireworks and very very showy, flashy, I should say. It's not her more. It's more mellowed kind of thing. But
cool, I love it. Yeah, and on a personal note, I got to say I'm really glad you can do this, because I really enjoy gaming with you, and I feel like we didn't get to very long, and I don't even remember what campaign you were in, but it fell apart or something.
I know we started to do Storm King's Thunder.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that was fun to begin with. But I think like our schedules were kind of like fell apart, and so we couldn't do that anymore.
Yeah. So I'm glad. I think I invited you to the last thing, and like the time didn't work for you. So I'm glad you could.
Yeah, because I teach on Mondays, Monday evenings, voice lessons. So I couldn't do the Monday. Yeah. What was that? The what campaign was that?
I think that was the Hidden Shrine thing. We just
Yawning.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was a yawning portal.
I knew there was a reason I wanted to try to get it off of Mondays. That must have been it. Because you're like, I can't do Monday.
Yeah.
I don't like gaming on Mondays. I don't know why, but I just don't like doing it on Monday. I don't know why. Tuesday is much better for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. So awesome.
Well, Mondays is the beginning of a week.
Yeah.
Coming off of work and
Yeah, and usually Monday I'm working on the podcast, so it tends to be a kind of a busy day for me. So
right. But you were working on something today before, because I do get your notifications.
Yeah. I had a live stream. Yeah. Oh, and you said you have Discord video, right?
I do.
Oh, awesome.
I do have the Discord video, so we can kind of like toy around with that and see if that will be a good option. Right now, the way they have it working is that you have to create a group,
Okay.
of friends. So all of us will probably just like friend each other on there, create a group, and so it wouldn't be through a server yet.
Okay.
The way you can just join a server chat.
Yeah.
You just have to create a group and then call the group and
Gotcha.
have a conference among you. So that's kind of like how they have it right now. So,
well, once I have it, I plan to use that instead of Hangouts for the game.
Yeah.
Have you used it at all? The video?
Not much. No, I've used it. Well, I've used it on one-on-one, but I haven't used it on like a multi.
How did it work? What do you think of it?
It was good. It was good. It was good quality. So
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Just kind of wondering how it's gonna play out if they add it to the server where they're like people are just gonna join the same way they join the voice, because you can kind of join the voice at any time.
Right. Yeah.
Know?
Yeah.
So.
I've wondered about that too. How that's gonna work.
You have hundreds of people on on the servers.
There's got to be a maximum, right? Have you seen anything like you can only have 10 people or something like that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's something around 10 people maximum.
Okay.
So
well, that'll be good for us. We should never have 10, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see. So your background. So you're leaning between courtier and entertainer, or courtier and entertainer. So it's really up to
courtier.
You. And if you want to, like, for instance, if you want to kind of basically pick both of them, but only use one mechanically, you can do that too.
Okay.
So you could like say, well, I like the benefits of entertainer better, but I want to also say I'm a courtier. Like you can do that.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. Because you can kind of create your own background kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Or you could even kind of, take this from that and this from the other. That could work too.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Cause that's,
so I've always kind of done vanilla stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Just to kind of like, not come up with like, going into D&D wiki and just like, here you go.
Right. Yeah.
Because there's a lot of strange stuff on that website.
Yeah, there is.
So,
cool. Do you have any questions? What about did you understand the point buy, how that works? Because I changed it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. So you did 30 and it's still the same count.
Right.
Maximum 15 and then minimum 10.
Yeah.
And even if you did I did the array.
Right.
So even if you did the array, everyone gets that +2 to con, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah.
That's very kind to low level low level characters, because it's like just like just a hit, you're now down.
Yeah.
Making death saving throws.
Yeah.
Depending on your class, like wizards and anyone with lower than a D10. So
yeah. And we are starting at level 2 now.
So which is great.
That?
Yeah.
So for your level 2 hit points, you can do the average or you can roll. It's up to you.
I'll roll.
Okay.
Should I have my dice here available if that's...
Yeah, go for it.
Or should I roll them somewhere?
No, I trust you.
Well, that's an 8.
Nice. Yeah, make sure and tell Brett that's what you rolled, because he rolled and he has a D10 and he rolled a 3.
Oh no. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I love the chance of getting to roll your HP.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it can be a little brutal.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
But then sometimes you roll the maximum and that's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you have any questions?
Hmm. No, I
Okay.
well, let's see. So does that work okay with my mother being a noble? Should I think about what her trade is, or
If you want to, but you don't have to. It's up to you.
I know it kind of like, makes your life a little easier if you don't have to think about,
Yeah.
if we give you NPCs that kind of like are a little bit fleshed out
Yeah.
to work with.
So one thing that's nice about the way we're starting is when we start, you're not actually you're going to be out in the wilderness. You're not going to be in the city. So
okay.
I definitely, you're the last prelude. So now that once this is done, I'm probably going to let everyone know that you're welcome to come up with more stuff about like your family and your backstory and get that to me. But because you're not going to be in the city at the beginning, I don't necessarily need it right now. So you can have some time to kind of think about it and flesh that out if you want to. And then whatever you do come up with, I will try to use in the future. But yeah, for like next Tuesday, you don't necessarily have to have all that because you won't be in the city anyway. So
awesome.
You'll have probably at least a few weeks before you guys go back to the city. So
yeah, sounds good then. It's good.
Yeah, but you're welcome to flesh that out as much or as little as you want.
Cool.
And then any blanks you leave, I will fill in.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think I've got it pretty solid right so far with, a good backbone to her story. So
yeah, maybe I should make a part of the forum for that. Unless do I already have? Yeah, maybe I'll make a part of the forum just for people's background stuff.
Just to post the backgrounds,
yeah. And then other people can read it in the group if they want to, and then they're all in one place when I need to go find something to use. So yeah, maybe I'll do that.
I also like the idea of this forum thing. I know we had something kind of like going on Roll20.
Yeah.
But so, and you'll send out links for that later, or
for the forum,
for the Roll20.
We're not using Roll20 actually.
Oh,
yeah. It's
cool.
all going to be just like this with the Hangout or Discord once we get that. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna try to do it Theater of the Mind. Yeah. I kind of enjoy that. Okay. Cool.
I kind of recently started DMing, and I did the starter set with a couple of friends of mine, and kind of like played around with doing some Theater of the Mind with some of that Lost Minds of Phandelver kind of scenes, and kind of like really worked really well. So.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So you can take over when I need a break, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Just send me all of your DM notes and all your story.
Be careful what you ask for. You saw how big the player's guide is.
Yeah. Which kudos to you. I was like, some of the all the stuff on here, like original work, I was like, this is really, really good.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's 58 pages now.
Yeah.
And growing.
You even like expanded the ASMR.
Yeah.
All the options on there and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Well, honestly, it's as much for me as for you guys, because it helps me keep everything straight and hopefully it's something I'll use forever, like every time I run a campaign, I'll be like, here you go. Here's the player's guide.
Yeah. And I can't wait for Sanathar
Oh yeah, yeah. So,
So
College of Glamour is going to be in that. So we'll get a finalized version of that when that comes out.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet I've been part of the play testing for that. So.
Oh, you have?
Wow. Yeah. It's
who do you know that
awesome.
you could do that? That's pretty cool. You must have connections. Wow.
through Adventurers League. Actually.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So someone in Adventurers League. It's really cool to kind of like, play test things and then see them fleshed out, and as the editions go over and what they've gathered from everyone's play test, and it's just really awesome. So.
Oh, something I should ask you about. Have you had any issues with the character sheet? Have you been able to access that and everything?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
So I downloaded the new sheet, I guess, that someone found or that you put up recently, and it's really awesome.
Well, I'm looking at your sheet now, and I see it's all filled out, and you got a great character portrait. That's fantastic.
I really like it. So that's kind of like what that she would look like, but then she would not have the horns anytime they use.
Gotcha.
But she used the she's a disguised self.
Cool. Well, yeah, I should have looked before I asked you.
And actually, that character, that portrait is if you've ever played Dragon's Age.
Yeah.
It's a Kunari.
Oh, okay.
But it's close. Like, they're horned as well, and the pseudo tiefling. Like whenever I don't find a picture of a tiefling that I like, because every tiefling female apparently has to have cleavage and all of this other stuff. So so I go in trying to find Kunari art, and really, really, really awesome.
There are no A-cup tieflings, is what they're telling us, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the demon's gift right there.
Exactly. Maybe every female tiefling stems from a succubus.
That's awesome.
So I even made a token if we were ever to use Roll20 out of this. So
cool. Yeah, we may use it at some point if we need to, but I'm hoping not to.
Yeah.
Because
I'm very hopeful.
Yeah, I just got tired of dealing with it. It seemed like we spent more times dealing with issues with Roll20 than playing the game, so I just wanted to get away from it.
And that's like the biggest thing with like playing AL for me, where like I don't have the newest technology, so like some of the things are a little more laggy on my end.
Yeah.
With Roll20 up, plus audio or video and everything, everything just kind of like being so hungry. It's just like Roll20 wants more RAM, and so does the audio, and like that's kind of like why I've stopped kind of using Skype, because Skype with your RAM better at that.
Yeah.
With the audio stuff. So
cool. And
it also, like, because it doubles like a chat room, so you as well, it is kind of like, I like Discord much more than and then you don't have to call everyone whenever you want to call somebody, right? Don't pick up. I just want to talk to to Mike.
Yeah. Yeah, I just started using it, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I made a server for the podcast, and I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, you've got a long list of people in there that you know. That's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, and I made us a little room for the campaign, which you joined. So
yes, yes, that's always good.
Yeah, so
we can chat up there. So you prefer one or the other, whether you use the forum or the Discord, or just for general chat?
I'd say for general chat, just use the Discord. I don't think everybody's on there yet, but yeah, only 4 of the 6 players are on there so far. But once we're using them for video, everybody's going to have to be on there. So
right,
yeah. Well, I think that's everything I have, unless you have any questions or anything.
No. I think that we've got some good stuff. It's just like some stuff for me to like you put down to, just type down and flesh out more of the character, because I know I wanted to to flesh out something, but then I heeded your warning and said, don't go off and flesh out something completely, and then we'll just have to discard everything, all of your work, and then start fresh. So so this is kind of good that I can start with. So the lyre, you said the lyre is just a magic item like type of thing. Would it be an instrument of the bard type, or
yes.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I'll probably make up my own. It probably won't be one of the ones in the book. But I will send you information on that before Tuesday.
Yeah, I've been looking through regularly through the drive, and I think you've just recently added those magic items.
Yeah, you found those, huh?
Yeah. Based off your your other your other conversations, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't actually told anybody those are there, so I was curious if anyone would just find them.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, magic items.
Yep. So yeah, those are some of the other items for the other characters. And the reason I haven't told everybody is I'm not sure that those are the final versions.
Right.
I'm still working on them, but yeah, I was like, well, I'll put them up there and we'll see if anybody just finds them on their own.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I'm glad you found them.
Yeah. Look good.
Awesome, man. Well, it was great to talk to you again.
Likewise. I'm really excited about this.
Yeah. And if, feel free to, if you need anything, to get a hold of me on the forum or Discord or Google Plus or whatever you want to use, or email.
Yeah. Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah. So we'll be starting next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, your time 5:30, right?
5. Yeah, 5 to 8 my time.
5. Yeah.
So right now it's 5:30 my time. So I don't know what time it is for you, but half an hour before now.
Yes. It's 8 o'clock here. So
okay,
8 o'clock to 8 to 11. So
you're on the East Coast, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we're on opposite ends of the country.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. It was great to see you again.
Likewise. So
yeah, let me know if you have any questions or anything.
Yeah, I'll reach out.
Cool. Well, I'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.
Take it easy.